Cool. Welcome back, everybody. We are at our 100th episode. It's crazy to think about. We made it 100 so far, all three of us. So let's get right into it. Can't wait for this episode. CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, and Courtland Sutton not started voluntary offseason workouts. All looking for new contracts. What does this mean for each person? Obviously, we know what's going to happen with Justin. Maybe he's going to get traded or not. J.K. Dobbins signed a one-year deal with the LA Chargers. Thoughts on this and thoughts on kind of playing with an Ohio State alum himself and Marvin Harrison possibly coming up in the draft. Colts gave DeForest Buckner a 2-year, $46 million deal. We're going to be talking about that real quick. Eagles gave Devonta Smith a 3-year, $75 million extension with $51 million guaranteed. Congratulations to him. Nets are going to hire Jordy Fernandez as the next head coach. He was the Kings assistant coach prior to that. Grayson Allen agreed to a 4-year, $70 million contract extension that included a player option with the Suns. Congratulations to him. Blake Griffin unfortunately announced his retirement. One of the greatest no, scratch that. He is the greatest in-game dunker I think we have ever seen. No slouch to Vince Carter. He's the greatest dunker of all time. But in-game, I got to say, it goes to Blake Griffin. Jonte Porter, he's banned for the NBA for breaking the gambling rules. He's banned for life. You know, I can't believe this. Honestly, what he did was so stupid. It's unfathomable for a player nowadays to do what he did. Now, we're going to have the recap of playing round 1 and our predictions for playing round 2. Maybe we'll get into the predictions of the playoffs, but we'll see what happens. Now, the BYU coach, Mark Pope, was hired at Kentucky as Kentucky's coach. He was also previously a Kentucky player, so we're going to be talking about that. And let's get right into it with the NFL.
Yes, sir. So before we start, I'd just like to thank all the fans that have watched us throughout the 2 years we've been doing this.
100 episodes.
100 episodes. It's a big milestone, and we're going to keep going for y'all. Just going to let y'all know. But getting to CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson are obviously the two big ones that skipped the voluntary workouts. And then Courtland Sutton is, I don't think he deserves a contract extension, but we'll hear your guys' thoughts on that. So what's your guys' thoughts on all three of them skipping the voluntary offseason workouts so far?
One, I think Courtland, I think he wants out, to be honest. There's nothing for him to do in Denver. 2, you have CeeDee Lamb. Obviously, this is an interesting point. 1, because he's looking for his contract extension. 2, if he wants to win, I feel like he should go to these. Like, this does build chemistry. There is some point to these, voluntary offseason workouts. And usually the teams that have the most players go to them are going to be the most successful. 3, Justin Jefferson, we all know his scenario. He just wants out, right, of Minnesota. Yeah. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but all three of these players were kind of expected to miss their voluntary offseason workouts.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I'm honestly, as a Cowboys fan, I'm happy that CeeDee Lamb is finally putting pressure on the front office because they need some pressure put on them. And I think that's CeeDee's thinking, but I do see where you're coming from, where he should attend them to build chemistry. But I don't think he's going to miss. Like, once the training camp starts, if he's still not there, then I'll be concerned. But for right now, I'm glad he's putting pressure on the front office.
Right.
But yeah, I agree with you about Justin Jefferson and Courtland Sutton as well. I think both of them want out because both those teams aren't going anywhere anytime soon.
Right.
For me, I don't think it's that deep right now. These are like optional for players, and these aren't big name players where they don't really have to necessarily show up to it. I think if they start missing training camp, that's when questions really arise. But yeah, the Cowboys got to pay my boy CeeDee.
Yeah, we do, 100%.
How about that J.K. Dobbins signing, though? Like, 1-year deal with the LA Chargers. Obviously, you had Derrick Henry go to the Baltimore Ravens where he, previously played. Going to the Chargers where they have no one offensively except for Nick Sayers' buddy, Jay Herbo. What's going to happen there? And then they can possibly draft Marvin Harrison, where he's most likely to go and projected to go. So,
You go first.
You don't want Marvin Harrison Jr. to be there, bro.
He won't
Why?
be. He's going to Arizona.
If he goes there, then they win the Super Bowl, or at least get into the AFC Championship. Losing to Miami, of course. I think it's a good signing for Dobbins, though. I think he's going to earn himself a long-term deal playing in Vegas.
It's Los Angeles, but yeah.
Los Angeles. The only thing that came to mind was San Diego. You feel me?
San
So,
Diego.
Yeah, I feel you.
but yeah, I think he's going to get paid after this season.
Yeah, I agree. I think this was a good signing for him. He's going back toward his old offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, and he's also with his old teammate, Gus Edwards. So, like, he has built chemistry in with them already. I think he just has to get his feet back under him after these injuries and just start to trust his body again. And once he does that, he'll start to play well and earn himself a long-term deal. It's a great landing spot, especially with no Austin Eckler. So he could basically be the lead back, barring injury, of course. What do you think, Gio?
J.K. Dobbins, this is a new scenery for him. One, he played amazing every game he's played, but the concern is his health. If he can stay healthy with this offense, with Harbaugh at the helm, being the coach and all, he can be really successful. Justin Herbert, right, really can be successful with a running back of J.K. Dobbins' nature and just his athleticism with his punch that he, carries. It was a great signing for a 1-year deal. Obviously, he wants to look for that bag next year, after next season. He's going to prove himself, and I think he's going to prove himself, right, and I think he's going to get that bag after the season. It's a great direction for the Chargers, especially with all the offensive weapons they did lose in this offseason.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely need receivers, though. That's the first thing.
For sure.
But moving forward to the Colts giving DeForest Buckner a 2-year, $46 million extension. What are your guys' thoughts on that deal for Buckner and the Colts?
I think it's good both ways, but I think it's better for. I think it's good and bad for both sides.
Too much money? Is that what your problem is?
I just don't think the Colts are good enough right now. Like, yeah, they're all right, but they're not contenders, and I don't see them being contenders anytime soon. I think Anthony Richardson needs a few more years under his belt, and I think Buckner is not going to be winning, so that's the bad side. But at the same time, he is performing there, as well as helping the Colts stay competitive. But yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't think that they'll win a Super Bowl anytime soon or be in contention for one anytime soon, but I could see them making the playoffs and who knows, potentially upsetting a team here and there, but they won't make a lot of noise. But I think it was the right move because he is the backbone of their defense, and letting him go would have declined that defense, which is a huge reason why they had success even without Anthony Richardson this year. So I think it was the right move for both sides.
Yep.
Gio, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's the epitome of consistency, right? He's averaging, what is it, like 8 sacks a season? It's nowhere
Something like
near
that, yeah.
T.J. Watt or Aaron Donald, but still, he's very consistent. What? What are you saying over there?
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead. Try to put someone in Aaron Donald and T.J. Watt's level from the Dolphins. Who?
Micah Parsons.
Well, yeah, Micah, but who?
Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips.
Who? Who?
Best line in the league right there.
Who? No way. Anyways, he is the epitome of consistency, averaging around 8 sacks, 8 sacks a season. Was it worth it with that money? I'm not sure, obviously, but he is the backbone, like Jake said, to their defense, and was a great signing. Really helps them move forward defensively, helps them move forward as a team, as a unit, because they're trying to win a Super Bowl at this point. They're not there yet, like we all know, but they're heading that way, and it's a good sign for them.
For sure. Another extension was the Eagles giving Devontae Smith a 3-year, $75 million extension with $51 million guaranteed. So what's your guys' thoughts on that?
It's a good move both ways. DVA needed to get paid. They didn't pay him as much as I think they should have necessarily, but it helps them try to build into a Super Bowl hopeful team again. And I'm just happy for DVA getting this money.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think it was the right move for both sides for sure. You can't let Devontae Smith go and expect to be close to a Super Bowl. I mean, he doesn't do much offensively, like numbers wise, but he does a lot more than it shows up in the stats. So I think this was a much needed signing, and him and AJ Brown are going to continue to be one of the best wide receiver duos in the league, and it's going to help the Eagles potentially make another Super Bowl. Who knows?
Was I saying DVA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wild.
Gio, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles' cap space is ridiculous, right? It just has been increasing every single season. For what they have done so far, obviously, they have one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. They just signed one of the highest paid. Is he the highest paid running back right now, or is he second?
Oh, that's a good question. It's one of the two. I don't know which one.
It's one of the two, right? So you have one of the highest paid running backs in the league, and Saquon Barkley. Now you have probably, what is he? One of the highest paid wideouts in the league.
Devontae?
Yeah. $75
Yeah,
million guaranteed.
He's probably like mid tier, I would
Mid-tier?
say.
Well, anyways, they're just paying ridiculous amounts of cash right now to their players, and they haven't even won a Super Bowl. This comes down to Sirianni on my end right now. If you cannot win a Super Bowl with these types of players, with how much the owners are throwing money at their players, because they want to win now, like you said, they want to win right now, this season coming up. Sirianni doesn't get it done, I say he's on the hot seat, he's out.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's already on the hot seat. Like there was talk about him getting fired after this season, and they gave him a leap of faith, gave him one more try, but they went all in the offseason to make sure that if he doesn't win, they know that, yeah, you're out.
Wait, did a Cowboys fan just said the Eagles went all in the offseason?
Yeah, Jerry's definition of all in is a very weird definition that I've never heard of. But it's not about the Cowboys anymore. I've given up hope. Yeah, I just
no. You know what time it is though?
What time is it?
It's NBA time. We are in the heat of the season right now, going into the playoffs.
Yes, sir. So,
yeah.
We'll talk about the plan first. We'll let Nick Saya, the Miami Heat fan, vent over there about that loss last night, and then get into the other games.
We're not worried about it. As I've previously spoken on the podcast, the first one, just got to get into a groove. If Jimmy was 100%, I think it's not even close in that game. It is what it is. Now we're going to beat Chicago, upset the Celtics. It'll be all good.
Bro, Jimmy's out for multiple weeks. Did you not see that?
I'm not worried about that.
Okay. Next day is an alternate reality.
Jimmy's phenomenal. Like, he's a great player. But we also have a phenomenal team.
Not without Jimmy, you don't.
What do you mean? We got Bam Adebayo, a top 5. Mr. Olympics over there.
Bam cannot beat the Celtics by himself.
He's not going to be by himself, but he could if he wanted to.
No, I guarantee you Tyler Hero is going to get shut down by the Celtics.
Who else shut down Ty?
Drew Holiday.
He gonna drop 50 on Drew's head.
Well,
Oh
I
my
love how you
gosh.
guys are. I love how you guys are speculating that the Miami Heat are just gonna go ahead and walk over Chicago like they're
Yeah, they might not even beat
team.
Chicago if we're going to
They're
be
not.
honest.
No, I'm gonna be completely honest right now. I'm sorry, Nick. Jimmy Butler's not playing. Jimmy Butler is the only reason why I had confidence in the Miami Heat. And if he's not playing, they're not winning a single game.
They're not even winning the play-in against Chicago.
Now, no, because if you have Kobe White score, what was it, 40 something
42.
points? 42 points. When you have
42, 9,
DeMar
and 8.
DeRozan, when you have Vucevic going out and playing, when you got, I know AC's got a bad ankle sprain right now, but when you have Alex Caruso going up against the Celtics, a healthy Alex Caruso defensively, I mean, you're gonna have a better competition between the Chicago Bulls and the Boston Celtics than you would against Jimmy Butler-less Heat. So it's just the truth. It's just the truth. You don't need to get upset about it. It's just the truth.
Who's gonna stop Bam in that game?
Bam Adebayo stops himself. Did you not watch the finals last year? The biggest stage of his career, and he couldn't even perform. Look at the stats, buddy. He was
You're comparing
breaking.
Jokic
He was
and
breaking all his
Vucevic?
floaters that he usually makes. He was not getting any rebounds. He wasn't playing defense whatsoever against Jokic, who just feasted on him. I mean, you look at the stats, and he looked non-existent.
You're comparing Jokic and Vucevic right now?
I'm letting you know that Bam Adebayo beats himself. He had the capability last year to play Bam Adebayo's game, and he let himself beat himself.
Jokic is a bad defender, and Vucevic is miles worse.
Okay,
Vucevic
you just said you whoa no no whoa.
He's
Your
worst
first statement.
starting defensive center.
Your first statement was your words. Jokic is a bad defender.
Correct.
Now, Jake, if you can tell me right now, what did Bam Adebayo average in the NBA Finals last year?
It wasn't much. I can tell you that.
It wasn't much, right? As a bad defender.
He was not the first option. Who do you think is going to be the first option in this game?
Tyler Hero.
No, it's Bam.
Yes. No.
Who's going to have
Tyler
the
Hero's
ball in
good.
his hands most? Tyler Hero's
Bro.
going to have the ball in his hands.
What? If Bam was the first option, why didn't he have the ball in his hands last night when Jimmy
Right.
wasn't 100%? It was all tie.
Right.
Because he had Embiid on him. In this game, he has Vucevic.
He had a 50% Embiid. He
Right.
could have easily went to work on him.
100%. Look.
So you're telling me Miami's gonna favor a matchup of Tyler Hero being guarded by Caruso or DeMar rather than a matchup of Bam on Vucevic, the worst defending big in the league.
But I'm telling you, Bam Adebayo beats himself. I'm not convinced that Bam Adebayo is going to win the game.
There's no Jimmy Butler. If you think Bam's not going to be aggressive, you're tripping.
Bam Adebayo can be aggressive, but he didn't perform. When he was aggressive in the finals, he wasn't making any of his shots. I loved his aggressiveness, but he was not making anything.
Vucevic is the worst defending center in the league.
Bro, there was many games. There was many games this year where Jimmy Butler did not play, and Bam Adebayo didn't do nothing.
But you want to say that? Congratulations to his double-double, right? How many consecutive double-doubles he has? It's ridiculous. I think he's got the most in Miami Heat history. But the thing is, even if you want to go say, okay, let's favor that matchup. Let's favor that because he's going to cook inside. Kobe White. No one's guarding him.
What do you mean
DeMar DeRozan. No one's guarding him. Patrick Williams.
He looks like a bum.
Excuse me? Who is guarding Kobe White?
First of all, the zone clamped up Philly for the most part.
You said the zone? You said the zone? That's why you guys lost a 14-point lead?
Listen.
That's all I'm saying. You guys lost a 14-point lead because when a team figures out the zone, you can't play the zone anymore.
Okay, Philly and Chicago are not comparable by any means.
No, Philly's 100 times better. Yes, I agree.
and we lost by 1 point.
Okay, but that's
And the
with
game
Jimmy
was
Butler
won.
on the floor. That is with Jimmy on the. You don't have Jimmy.
And we're playing a trash Bulls team.
They're not trash,
They're
bro.
not
They're not trash.
They're in the plains
They
for a
beat
reason.
the Hawks. Congratulations. Trae Young can't play defense, so Kobe can score 42. Ty would have dropped 67 on his head.
No, he would not. Because Ty's not hot right now. He's coming off of an injury, one, and he's just not hot. You're telling me right now that was the smartest play he could have done last night? The Miami Heat should have won that game. With 29 seconds left in the game, he had 17 seconds left in the shot clock, and he goes up and puts that ridiculous three-pointer up against Nick Batum, who was cooking all game defensively. You couldn't have passed it up, got a better shot. Maybe go for two. Foul. I don't know what to tell you, but that shot was terrible with 17 seconds left in the shot clock.
So you're telling me if you let Nick Batum drop 20 points on you, you're not going to let Kobe White go off? I don't think so.
That too.
Kobe White is miles better than Nick Batum.
Okay, but how many points did Maxey have?
What does that have to do with anything, bro?
They're the same position. Rather than talking about a forward.
Okay, fine. You want to go same
Okay,
position?
you want to go there? DeMar DeRozan.
What about DeMar?
What do you
They play
mean
the same
about-
power? They play the same forward, bro.
I'll play Jovic on DeMar, and he's clamping him up, bro.
No way.
Why is
Jovic
he
is
bum?
not clamping anything up. He's getting cooked.
DeMar's a bum. He's got
Bro.
no bag. He's not good. He has to get carried by Kobe White just to beat the Hawks.
Bro,
He
you are
don't play
crazy.
defense. He can't do nothing in Miami.
Bro, yeah, we'll talk when they lose to the Bulls.
DeMar DeRozan, 22 points. Vucevic, 24 and 12. You're telling me he's not going to do that against the Miami Heat? Kobe White, 42 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Dosamu, 19 points.
6 rebounds if he's lucky against Bam Adebayo.
But guess what, buddy? I'm telling you right now, you're going to have 11 hard minutes, if not 20 hard minutes, of Andre Drummond hacking, and making Bam Adebayo tired. It's just what's going to happen. The Chicago Bulls didn't play Drummond because it wasn't a favorable matchup against the Hawks. It will be against the Miami Heat.
What about when K Love's in?
I love old man Love. I love Kevin Love. But he's not the player like he used to. He's not making shots. He's not moving on the court like he used to. It's like he's a liability out there right now. He's a liability on the floor. I'm being honest.
I genuinely don't understand how you're comparing the Bulls and Miami right now, even without Jimmy Butler.
Okay, say they beat Chicago. They're not beating the Celtics. It's not happening.
This is a more likely debate to make me change my mind, but
No,
even that's not happening.
The Chicago Bulls have a better chance at beating the Boston Celtics than the Miami Heat do.
You're tripping.
No, I'm not.
Who's guarding Tatum on that team?
DeMar DeRozan.
You want DeMar on Tatum?
He's the one that you're going to have to, unless it's Alex
Who's guarding
Caruso. But
Jaylen
he's,
Brown, though?
excuse me.
Who's
I'm
guarding Jaylen
no,
Brown?
but I'm telling you right now, they had the better matchup. You're telling
You
me
gonna
right
put
now,
Porzingis on Vucevic? So Porzingis can average 50 in that first round?
Porzingis is going to average 50 against Bam.
You're tripping.
I'm not tripping.
The amount of disrespect you're putting on Bam's defense is outrageous.
Okay, the perimeter defense, he's going to get cooked by Porzingis. He's faster than him. He can shoot over him. He's going to get cooked.
You just said Porzingis is faster than Bam?
He is faster than Bam Adebayo, yes, off the dribble.
No, I don't think KP would do much against Bam. I'm gonna be honest, I don't.
I think perimeter-wise, yes, Kristaps Porzingis will light him up.
No, bro. Bam guards, bro. He's used to guarding Kristaps Porzingis.
I think Kristaps would cook him. Two, like you said, Jaylen Brown. Who's guarding him? Who's guarding Jason Tatum? Who's guarding Drew Holiday?
To be honest, bro, I'm not worried about Drew or Jalen. They always fall apart in the playoffs.
All right, fine. I'm giving you a sleeper right now. Pritchard is going to be the best player on the Celtics that no one's going to even see?
I think Derek White will be.
D. White, another one, another sleeper. Like those two guys alone will beat a team in a series.
I agree.
After your Porzingis take, bro, I'm not even debating with you no more. I ain't even going from it.
I'm sorry, but you don't have Jimmy Butler. It's a different story with Jimmy Butler because I have confidence Jimmy Butler can close out a game. Any game he wants, he can close it out. He's down by 15. Jimmy Butler's there to save the day. Jimmy Butler, there to play in the first quarter. Jimmy Butler, he's there on the floor every second of the game in a playoff series. We don't have that now.
No, but I'm going to be honest, bro. He played through that injury the entire game. I won't be surprised if he plays through it again.
Yeah, but I hope not.
You hope he has to. He has to play in this game.
I don't think they need him against Chicago. If I'm being honest, I don't. I think they can beat Chicago without Jimmy. They just can't beat Boston without him.
You lose this game without Jimmy, and he could have been on the floor, you're not going to hear it. You're not going to hear the last of it.
We're not losing to Chicago.
You guys lose to Chicago without Jimmy Butler.
There's no way.
He could have been on the floor.
There's absolutely no way we lose to Chicago by any means.
You guys lost to Atlanta last year. You guys play against Chicago. Was it or was it not a close game?
This is back against Wall Miami Heat.
Excuse me? What did you just say?
Back against the wall Miami Heat. If you think they're not going to come in and hoop, you're wild.
I'm letting you know right now. It is different this year. You do not have, as of right now, you do not have Jimmy Butler. As of right now, DeMar DeRozan is the best player on the floor, and you cannot even argue that. You cannot argue that. DeMar DeRozan is the best player on the floor.
No, not at all.
Then you, sir, are tripping.
DeMar's the third best player on that court.
Then you are very much so tripping.
Bam and Ty both better. DeMar's not even the best player on his team, first of all. Kobe White's better
Yes,
than
he is.
DeMar.
He absolutely is, bro.
There's no way.
He absolutely is.
DeMar is not even the best player on his team, bro.
Bro, you take DeMar off the Bulls, they're not even in the play-on position.
You take DeMar off the Bulls, they might be higher in the ceiling.
No, they wouldn't even be. They'd be the 11th or 12th seed. I'm telling you right now.
You're wild.
We are moving on because we have.
Have you seen
time.
where he drops like 50 and 30 in one quarter?
Jake, it's okay. It's okay.
I haven't seen him do anything in the playoffs.
It's okay.
Well, he will against the Heat.
If DeMar DeRozan torches the Miami Heat, then we were right. If not, congratulations, Nick. You guys still might lose if DeMar DeRozan doesn't torch you.
Miami's got the grittiest defense in the entire NBA, and the Bulls barely have an offense.
No.
Not without Jimmy Butler, you don't.
We're going to talk. No, this is a great
segue. Jimmy's not on the court.
Nick.
Bam Adebayo, all of a sudden, is this terrible defender that can't even guard Porzingis on the wing.
He's not. I'm not saying he's a terrible defender. He's a top 3 defender in the league. But I
Bam Adebayo is the best perimeter defender, big man, in the entire NBA. And you said Porzingis is blowing by him. You are wild, bro.
I was not blowing like. I'm not saying Darren Fox. I'm not saying Darren Fox.
He's doing nothing on Bam by any means. He can sit there with his donut after Bam whoops that boy all game.
I'm saying perimeter-wise, he's going to shoot over him. And you know how Porzingis loves that little pump fake into that one dribble shot. And he does that a lot. You're telling me he can't do that? I'm not saying he's going to have Kyrie Irving handles.
Huh?
I'm not saying he's got Kyrie Irving handles at Darren Fox speed. I'm just saying he loves to shoot that shot, which we know he can do. And we know he loves that little pump fake one dribble shot.
Bam's the best player Bam's the best defender in the entire league.
That is false.
I know both of you are going to dispute that. Cool. He is a top 5 center in the entire league defensively. There's no disputing that.
No, I think he's a top 3. Okay, I'm going to say top 3 center in the league. One, because you have Rudy Gobert, who's about to win Defensive Player of the Year.
No.
who shouldn't win it. I think it should be Victor Wembanyama. But Victor Wembanyama, after the first year, is better than Bam Adebayo. Not perimeter defensively, but he is doing something we have never seen before. He's playing like prime Wilt Chamberlain out here. Prime Bill Russell defensively.
The whole time and say, hey, Porzingis, don't move. Just sit there. Porzingis going to average 3 blocks a game too.
He's averaging a little bit more than that. He's got the steals too. Don't tell me he doesn't have the steals. He's what was it? He's the first player to average what was it, like 2-3 steals a game, like 4 blocks.
Yeah, because he got arms the length of a Eiffel Tower.
Okay,
he's the first player.
Why are you disputing right now someone's physical attributes when we know LeBron James is one of the strongest players in the NBA, and he's one, if not the greatest player ever to live, because of his size. You telling me that right now? That Victor Wembanyama's size is a disadvantage?
Tell me how Vic is this great defensive player but can't even win 21 games.
You tell me right now why LeBron James in his rookie season, I believe he couldn't even make the playoffs. He's the greatest player of all time.
That's before LeBron was built the way he is now, though.
And ask how many.
But it's still LeBron James.
LeBron James, the 18-year-old LeBron James that just came out of high school, not mature.
Victor, what are you talking? Victor Wembanyama, first year, he's a rookie, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
he's overrated. He's overrated. He's not even good at basketball, bro.
Okay, now you're going too far, Saya.
Wemby's not even rookie of the year either, bro.
Okay, you're tripping. Now you're tripping.
How many is above him?
Nope.
I put the Thompson twins above him too.
Nope.
I don't know why you guys are discrediting Victor Wembanyama for what he's doing. He has more blocks than Rudy Gobert. He's averaging more steals than a guard, pretty much. And he averaged 21 points, 10.6 rebounds, and 3.9 assists a game. I'm sorry, he's got G League players playing with him. You're telling me Sohan would have been on any other starting lineup? You're telling me right now that he's going to be a starting player on any other lineup?
Chicago, probably.
No way.
There's a few lineups he could be a starter.
No, he cannot be a starter.
Charlotte.
Fine.
Washington.
Atlanta.
No.
Detroit.
No.
Detroit, no. Yes.
No, he can't.
There's no one starting over him in Detroit, bro.
Yeah, there is. I'm just letting you know. You're trying to discredit Victor Wembanyama because of his teammates around him, because of the 20 games, right? I'm letting you know that he is one of the top defenders in the league, and that you just got to look at the stats.
Yeah, but he doesn't guard 1 through 5 like these other guys.
He's a Rudy Gobert protege. He sits in the paint.
Yeah.
Let's the offense funnel in for him to get some easy blocks or some easy steals with his line. The coach deserves all the credit for Wemby's defensive player of the year.
He's the player he is because of himself. You look at what he's done. You look at the things he's done. A 7'4" person should not be able to do the things that Victor Wembanyama has done.
Who's a 7'4" person that can't get blocks?
You're saying blocks, fine. I'm saying skill-wise. Look at his handle. Look at his passing. Look at his shooting. 7'4", we've never seen that before. Yeah, sure, you want to say Bull, but he's a Walmart version of Victor Wembanyama.
Well, we've seen it in Kevin Durant.
If he got the same opportunity.
He did. He had the same opportunity down in, what was it, Orlando? When he was wherever he was drafted, he had the same opportunity. He was playing.
They didn't play him for like 3 years.
Well, because he was hurt. When he had the chance, he didn't prove it.
We've seen Wemby before, just not as tall. It's called Kevin Durant.
Oh, no.
Yes. You look at the
No.
shooting. Yes.
Like
You look at the
body
shooting. You look
size.
at the handle.
No. Come on now.
Yes.
Come on now.
I don't know why you're a hater. He hasn't done anything to you. You love hating greatness.
What?
You love hating greatness. I said it.
I don't hate what? I don't love hating on greatness.
Until they are retired, you hate on greatness.
I think Jaime is just way better.
Okay. Now I know you're joking. But you did say that the Miami that was a great segue though. You did say the Miami Heat did have the grittiest defense. Another great gritty defense that we saw and outperformed probably the greatest shooter of all time, if not the greatest three-point shooter of all time. Steph Curry and the Warriors was the Sacramento Kings. That defense right now looks like the best defense in my opinion, and it is scary because they are hungry. They're ready to win. They want to win. You got Darren Fox, your boy out there, playing like an all-star, playing like he's top 5 guard in the league. You got Sabonis eating out there, having almost a triple-double. You have who else you got out there? I mean,
Keegan Murray.
Oh yeah, Keegan Murray. I forgot about that. He had 4 threes in the first quarter. That was insane. Keegan Murray's lights out right now.
Let's not decredit Keon Ellis either.
Keon Ellis was there. I forget. You have such great underrated players on Sacramento right now. It's ridiculous. It's a scary team. Will be the 8th seed in my opinion because there will be no Zion Williamson in that matchup. What did you guys think about that Warriors and Sacramento game?
I thought Klay Thompson was horrific, and that is the main reason the Warriors weren't able to win. But
Mr. Obvious over here.
That might be his last game as a Warrior. You know, people are saying, well, not people. Warriors brass is saying that they want him back. I don't understand that, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But game-wise, I think the Kings came in with a great game plan to contain Steph Curry after that 7-game series last year. They learned their lesson, made sure to blitz him, triple team him, and make the others beat them, which they weren't able to do. The only players who played like decent outside of Steph Curry was Moses Moody, and that's about it, if I'm going to be honest. Like the Warriors team just was not built for success, and I'm honestly not surprised that it didn't work out because I didn't expect them to work out from the beginning.
It went as expected. When you get put against Sacramento, there's nothing you can do. They're De'Aaron Fox, one of the top 5 players in the NBA right now. You feel me? They came in with a game plan. We want to blame Klay for his poor performance. I think you got to credit the coaching. You got to credit De'Aaron Fox. You got to credit the Kings. Ain't nobody going to have a good night against the Kings. It's just what they do, especially De'Aaron Fox, the best top 5 player in the league.
Gio, I know you, beginning of the year, you were sold on the Warriors potentially winning another championship. So what do you think went wrong?
Yeah, I was sold solely on the fact that I thought Klay Thompson was going to have a bounce back year. He's an all-star. He was one of the best athletes in the game at the time. And great athletes tend to have bounce back seasons. You can never count them out. 0 for 10. People are saying, oh, he's trash. You think they were open shots. 1, I think mentally he wasn't there. 2, I think that Sacramento, their defense was so scrappy. There is nothing you could do against them. You look, they were closing out Steph Curry the instant he touched the ball. Stan Van Gundy perfectly stated that the Golden State Warriors were not doing any off-ball movement. There was nothing to get Klay Thompson going. There was nothing to get Steph Curry going. It was pretty much iso ball with Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, and you were praying they were going to make the shot, okay? They started making them to close the gap. Kuminga closed the gap for the second half, or for the end of the first half, right? He couldn't score in the second half. Steph Curry had a good, what was it, third quarter. I think he had, 12, 13 points, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But realistically, you can't bank on Steph Curry to have a 50-point game like he did in Game 7 last year. Mike Brown, right? That's his first name, Mike Brown. Mike Brown, amazing coach. Coached Steph Curry on the Golden State Warriors. knows him in and out. We stayed this, in a private conversation that he just knows Steph Curry. He knew exactly what to do against him. And then all the credit goes to De'Aaron Fox, who controlled the pace of that game, right? The Warriors were playing fast where they needed to slow things down, get Steph Curry off the ball, where they really weren't doing that. They weren't playing Warriors basketball. They were playing Sacramento Kings basketball. Domantas Sabonis just destroyed inside, right? Yeah, he ran into foul trouble, but when he was on the floor, there's nothing you could do. I don't know what the plus minus is, but I'm sure it was allowed with Sabonis on the floor. You have Keegan Murray, the hottest player in the game in the first quarter, gave them the lead. I don't understand why Golden State allowed that to happen, because we heard players before say, that kid's a shooter. We've heard Steph Curry say, wow, when this kid gets hot, he's one of the best in the league. And he showed it in the first quarter. It's just, when you look back at it, what went wrong with the Golden State Warriors? And it was a lot. They just weren't together. GP did not play. The heart and soul, in my opinion, next to Draymond Green on that team, did not play.
You want to know what went wrong? They had Draymond Green. That's what went wrong.
Draymond Green had a bad game, but it wasn't the worst. I mean,
No,
he was hitting shots.
I'm saying that brother cannot stay on the court to save his life. He cannot stay out of trouble.
You're saying the continuity for that team was at fault for Draymond Green?
I believe so, yes.
I don't think you blame the Warriors. I think you got to credit the team.
We did. We are. I'm just saying the Warriors did not play their basketball. So I think you do have to blame the Warriors in a sense where, is it on Steve Kerr? Is it on Klay Thompson? Is it on...
That was what it's obviously a little bit on Klay. But I think it's time to have a talk that Steve Kerr is a very overrated coach.
It's not his fault he had to play De'Aaron Fox.
No.
Come on.
No.
Now
it's the entire. We're not talking about this game solely. We're talking about the entire season.
The entire season. We're talking about the series last year where they were able to play Warriors basketball for 7 games.
And he just doesn't. Moses Moody had 16 points, and he had Klay, who had a donut in there in the fourth quarter when they were making a run. It doesn't make any sense.
You never know when Klay can pop up.
Yeah, but you could tell every shot that he missed, he hung his head. His body language was not right. I could just tell that he was never going to find it.
He just had to shoot out of his slump.
He was in a slump all year, except for maybe 2 or 3 games.
Shooters got to shoot, bro.
Why move away from something that was working? One, you put Klay Thompson back in the starting lineup, and then you put a rookie in the starting lineup when it's a player going home situation, and he couldn't do anything in the first quarter. That's why Keegan went off. That's why defensively they weren't set. And I think you just had to put it in a different player. Why would you put in a rookie like that in one of the biggest stages that you can play in?
They knew they were going to lose.
No. You have to give someone a chance that deserves it, right? And that goes to me, Moses Moody, right? And I think people aren't talking about this enough. Their second guard, right? Supposed to give them a little spunk, right? Give them a little energy. Who is a leader? Chris Paul. Didn't play whatsoever. For the entire season, he could not perform like Chris Paul's standards.
No, he's going downhill. He's going downhill. He himself said he does not expect to retire, but I think he should, because he's not the same Chris Paul. He's not the same Chris Paul he once was.
He doesn't have the same energy.
What's up, Sam?
You would say he already used his spunk already, right?
Yeah, his spunk.
Release his spunk into the.
Yeah. He said he was addicted to the finals after making it, but he's never been back. So congratulations.
That must be where his spunk is.
3 years sober, man. 3 years sober.
Yeah, 'cause he hasn't missed the playoffs since 09 and 10, right?
Well,
So
I honestly think play-in does not count as playoffs, so I count this year as missing the playoffs.
that's what I'm saying, brother. That's what I'm saying. He has not missed the playoffs since 09 010 or 09 10. This is the first time
Yeah.
since then.
That's crazy.
He had 10
And
straight
like, bro,
years of straight spunk in the playoffs.
on paper, it should have been a great match with him and Steph because one of the best passers to ever do it and one of the greatest shooters. Like, what
That's
went
right,
wrong?
He left his spunk in Phoenix.
bro.
All of
I'm thinking he left the spunk back in
LA.
OKC. In my opinion, OKC Chris Paul was something different.
To be honest, I think that's when his downfall started was OKC.
No, but he had an edge. He brought the spunk to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That's why he's playing the way he is now. The spunk rubbed off on Shea, and he's the spunkiest player in the NBA right now. MVP candidate. Look at what he's doing in comparison to Kobe Bryant when he won the MVP. Is remarkable.
Oh,
Nick
I know
says
what happened.
losing his spunk over there.
I know what happened, man. You know, Chris Paul just gave his superpowers to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and Shea never gave him back.
100%. He just got thunderstruck, bro. He just got
Yeah,
thunderstruck.
exactly, man. You know, they both touched the ball at the same time, and the talent switched.
That's it.
He gave Shea spunk, and Shea made some more spunk.
Shea is the spunkiest player in the NBA right now, bro. And it's not even a competition. Like, who else has the amount of spunk that Shea has right now?
Shea took all his spunk, bro, and just kind of like made some more. You feel me?
But no, y'all think that was the last we've seen of the Warriors' big three?
Yeah.
No,
Whoa.
You don't?
no.
You think they keep Clay?
I think now Clay needs to take a lesser of a bag, but there's no way he leaves.
Well, I
There
think
is
he needs to leave. He needs a change of scenery.
Cleveland.
nope. Before you say anything, Nick, there is a rumor that the Orlando Magic are willing to give him the bag in the offseason.
And there's another rumor that just came out that the Mavericks could be a potential suitor as well.
The Mavericks could be a suitor. If the Golden State Warriors do not match the bag of either one of those two teams, is he going to take the lesser bag and play for the spunkless Warriors, or is he going to go over to Orlando or Dallas and play with a championship pedigree team?
Also, I'm not saying it could happen, but he is from LA, so that's always a possibility.
Nope. Why are you bringing
More
this?
LeBron than spunk.
Hey, man, if anybody can turn his career back to what it was, it's LeBron.
Yep, Jake wants LeBron and Clay spunk all over the place. You feel me?
Whoa, pause.
Oh, yeah,
No, I
that's
don't.
pretty spunky.
No,
That's pretty
trust
spunky,
me,
dude.
I don't want Clay like at all. But
Why?
I'm just saying it.
What do you need on that team, Jake? Tell me right now. What do you need on that team?
He's not a shooter anymore. I'm sorry, he's washed.
Then what does he bring? Then what does he bring to the table if he's not a shooter?
He doesn't bring anything. Which is why I don't know why
doesn't
any of
bring
these
anything.
teams. Which is why I don't know why any of these teams want to pay him. Like if I was a GM, I would not want to pay him.
Hey man, he still brings his spunk. It just might not be as often, and it might not work like it used to, but he's still got some spunk in there.
Well, do you want to talk about a spunky team right now? The one that should have cruised against the new. I don't know why you guys are laughing. I mean, I'm trying to be serious right now. The New Orleans Pelicans against the Los Angeles Lakers was an extremely close game until the spunkiest person on the floor got hurt, and Zion Williamson had a 40 points, 11 rebounds, something like that. Phenomenal game until he went out. No Anthony Davis. He lost his spunk too. D'Angelo Russell, man, he shot the ball that game. LeBron did his thing. I want to hear from the Lakers fan first. I want to hear all the hype in the world right now for the Lakers.
Yeah, people are saying that we're gonna get swept again. No. We are not. We are going to push it to 6 or 7, and anything can happen in a 6 or 7 game series. I am making a bold prediction at 8:32 p.m. on April 18th, 2024. The Los Angeles Lakers will beat the Denver Nuggets in 7 games. That is my prediction. But
Wow.
to get to the New Orleans Pelicans game, yeah, we should have smoked them. The fact that we
Yeah.
choked an 18-point lead is terrible. But that's what the Lakers have been doing all year, so I wasn't surprised. Like against every team we get up big, we take our foot off the gas pedal and get bored and let them back in the game, and then we turn back up to get the win, which I don't understand why they have to do that, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. The only thing that matters is we got the win. If Zion was healthy, maybe we wouldn't have won because that game was going back and forth. No team could get stops at all. But I still think we would have won by like at least 1 point just because I think we would have made one more better play than the Pelicans would have. And CJ McCollum is the reason the Pelicans lost, in my opinion. The fact that what did he go like 8 for 24, Gio?
Who was this?
CJ McCollum.
Yes, 8 for 24. We said.
Yeah, he is the reason they lost, in my opinion. Like I get it why people are saying like Brandon Ingram also was a big reason, but Brandon Ingram was his second game back off of a 2-month absence. It's going to take him a while to get his rhythm back. If anyone had to step up, it should have been CJ along with Zion. Like Zion literally had no help outside of Jose Alvarado, which is a big reason why they got back into the game was because of Jose. But without Zion, I do not see them beating the Kings, and I don't see them making the playoffs once again this year, unfortunately. But that Kings Thunder series, if it does happen, will be one to watch for sure. One of the two of the best point guards in the league going at it will be super fun. I don't know who Nick Sale will root for over there, but it's gonna be a
That's
tough.
crazy. That's crazy.
But yeah, I think the Lakers played great basketball all around up until the fourth quarter. We cannot have a fourth quarter mental breakdown like that against the Denver Nuggets and expect to win. So we're gonna have to get that cleaned up moving forward. But yeah, D'Lo still got the ice in his veins too. He told the bench to sit down. But also, I'm not trying to take anything away from Anthony Davis. Has to play better, 100%. But he had back spasms, and I think his back was a little tight still. You could tell the way he was running up and down the court. He was gingerly. And LeBron didn't play great either. It's just I don't really put much on LeBron though. No, shooting wise, I'm saying he did the little things, but shooting wise, his shot wasn't there as it usually is. But that's because he had a day off of rest. We played Sunday and then we played Tuesday. I expected a mediocre game from LeBron, and the reason we won is because the role players stepped up, such as Taurean Prince, D'Lo, Rui, and Reeves.
AD is overrated. I think now that it's playoff time, you're gonna see the glass.
He's better than Bam still, but yeah, go ahead.
Whoa, he was. Keyword.
No, he is.
He was better than Bam.
He is. He is.
Bam's rookie year.
No. You know when he was on the Pelicans, he was a top 5 player in the league. He was a top 5 player in the league in 2020. Bam Adebayo right now is playing better than Anthony Davis for the one game, right? For the one game, he did play better. But look at Anthony Davis played how many games this season?
76.
76 games this season. And he did everything he could for this team to win, and they're still in the play.
Well, that goes to the brain dead coach over there, but you know.
LeBron James played 72 games?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and they're still in the. This is disappointing. In my opinion, this Lakers team is disappointing, but nonetheless, they're in
the playoffs, man. That's all that matters.
They still have a shot, and they're in the playoffs.
But go ahead, say outside of your horrific take there.
What horrific take?
Hey, don't get real spunky with us. Don't get spunky with us.
Sorry, I didn't mean to leave my spunk all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, LA got the job done. I think they'd be in the same situation Miami's in if certain things change. But you know, that happens. Both teams still gonna make the playoffs. Lakers still get swept in 4. It's all good. Pelicans ain't gonna do nothing against Sacramento. One of the best point guards in the league. Top 5 player in the league, De'Aaron Fox. Supermind head coach in Sacramento. Phenomenal team overall in Sacramento. They're just gonna swing Pelicans, move on, and I don't even want, that's all I got to say.
No, we ain't getting swept. I'll tell you that. But keep going.
Huh?
Huh? Is that Gio? Your thoughts now?
Yeah, I got you. LeBron James played well. First quarter, he gets out of the game with 3 minutes left of the game. Or 3 minutes left of the quarter, 5 minutes left of the quarter. They go down. He brings them right back up. They go on a run. They go on a tear, like you said, 18-point lead. Going into the second half, he's taking his time. He's getting rest periods. He's not the playoff LeBron that we once have seen. The old
I think
LeBron
he
would have
was.
been out there the entire game.
Well, I think he was also. Once we got the big lead, he was like, "All right, pacing myself. I gotta save it for
Fine.
round one."
But then once you lost the lead, that's where LeBron had to go back in. Is it not?
Correct.
I think the whole thing with LeBron James playing like he did was so that he would not lose. Now, I'm not talking about this game. I'm talking about previous LeBron James in the playoffs. He would play every second so that he was in control of the game. When he's off
Yeah,
the
but
floor, he has no control.
that's before he was 39, man. He can't play a whole game anymore.
I think he can.
No, he cannot. It's
I
too much wear and
think,
tear on the body. If he did that for the entire, let's say he did it for the entirety of the Denver series, we would lose round two because he'd be too gassed.
but he doesn't need to. This is my, yes, you guys won. Let's just say, because it was a very close game. In order for him to have a secure spot and make sure he won the game, he has to be out there the entire time. That's just one game. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3 of the Denver series, fine. Take your breaks. Game 4, if it's 2-2, if it's 2-1, right? If it's 3-1, if whatever the case may be, if it's 2-1, you got to play. You got to play every minute. Game 5, fine. Game 6, fine. Game 7, you got to play every minute in Game 7.
Well, he didn't take as many rests as he usually does in that Pelicans game. Usually he sits with 6 minutes left in the first quarter. He waited until all the way to like 3 minutes left.
Right.
And then he usually sits in the third quarter. He didn't sit the entire third. He sat at the beginning of the fourth.
Right.
And then that's when they started to come back.
Right.
And that's another issue is that we cannot lose the LeBron-less minutes against Denver and expect to win the series.
Spencer Dinwiddie has to play better. He's the man. Him and D'Lo are the ones that have the ball in their hands when LeBron's off the floor. Same with Austin Reeves.
Anthony Davis is on the floor without LeBron. Anthony Davis has to be more aggressive without LeBron. It's really that simple.
But like you said, the backsasms. That's why a lot of teams nowadays have to have 3 guys. Because one, your main guy might not step up. He might be hurt, like Kawhi Leonard. That's why you got PG. PG might be like, my knee, my shoulder. That's hurting. That's why you bring in James Harden. Oh, wait, I can't play. That's why you bring in, Russell Westbrook. You can't expect Russell Westbrook to lead a team all by himself, right? But that's why you need 3 guys now. That's why you have LeBron James, Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, and Austin Reeves. Now you brought in Spencer Dinwiddie. You got 5 guys, in my opinion, that can take over a game at any point in time.
But the problem is with that too is that when LeBron sits, Darvin Ham sits either Reeves and D'Lo with him, which is not smart at all.
No, you need a predominant ball handler on the floor at all times, with like an Austin Reeves, like a D'Angelo Russell, because they can control the pace of the game. Yeah, Spencer's good and all, but I don't think he can control the pace of the game as well as Austin Reeves or D'Angelo Russell.
I agree, and I think, to be honest, the Denver Nuggets are more talented than us this year and were last year. But I think the main reason we got swept, both in the regular season this year and in the playoffs last year, is coaching. Darvin Ham got outcoached big time.
Right, and it's gonna happen again because he can't coach for his life. Are you telling me right now a competent coach with LeBron James playing 72 games and Anthony Davis 76 games is not in the in the playoffs already?
I mean, I think the only reason I give us a chance is because I think LeBron James is going to be sick of losing to them, one, and he's gonna be the coach. He's not going to listen to Darvin Ham anymore.
I mean, we saw that. What was it against the Clippers when they were down, when they needed to win that game in order to change momentum for the season? Down 20 points. We're not switching on defense in the second half. You heard it from him in that amazing podcast that him and JJ Redick have right now. Mind the Game. Go watch it. I think it's in episode 1 or episode 2. He did not want to switch in that second half.
And I think
he was the coach.
Yeah, and I think no matter what Darvin Ham says to do on Jokic, LeBron's going to dispute that and do what he knows what will work.
Right.
And that's why I give us a better chance, because I think LeBron's going to be more – he's going to be coaching the team more than Darvin Ham.
100%.
But any closing thoughts over there?
Nuggets in 4.
That's because the Heat won't be in the playoffs, but, yeah. The Heat will already be in Cancun they'll already be in Cancun when we arrive, if that's the case.
Miami in 4 against the Celtics.
Nah, Lakers in 7. Heat in Cancun.
Wow.
What other East game are we missing, Gio? Are we missing another one?
No, we talked about the 76ers and we talked about the Chicago game.
Oh, yeah, it was Chicago, Atlanta, but
yeah.
No, I mean, Trae Young.
We pretty much went over that for the most part.
Yeah, Trae Young doesn't play like a defense. We already talked about that.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
No, go ahead. Let's do it.
I was just gonna segue, man. We were talking about the Kings, and obviously, I believe he has to wait till after the season to finalize it. But the former Nets, the Kings assistant Jordy Fernandez is going to be hired by the Brooklyn Nets as the next head coach. So, what's your guys' thoughts on that move for the Nets?
Congrats to him.
Yeah.
But it's not a good idea for
him. You don't think he has any job security?
I think he's gonna have 2 years as a head coach, if that, or gets fired.
You think? So you don't think they're gonna be patient?
No.
Even with the terrible roster they have.
Correct.
Why is that?
You know what I'm saying?
Because if you're like a smart GM, you could honestly tell that roster is not playoff roster.
Correct. But you can't tell the fans that.
That is true. Lakers fans do have a tendency to get coaches fired, and we're trying our best to do that right now too.
Especially when y'all get swept again.
No, that's not happening. But yeah. But yeah, Gio, what's your thoughts on that hire?
Just to make it quick, I agree. Good for him. Glad he's getting paid. Glad he's getting the opportunity. It's unfortunate for him that he's going to that situation because, any other situation in New York before Thibodeau, they were going through coaches, right? And on the Knicks. Brooklyn, I think you had 4 coaches in 5 years, starting off with Steve Nash, going to, I forget his, Akins, right? Then you go to the other one. And now I think I'm missing one as well.
What, before Tibbs?
No, I'm saying for the Nets.
Oh.
It was
Jack
Nash,
Vaughn.
Akins.
Did you say Jack Vaughn?
Jack Vaughn, and then wasn't there another one?
No, they fired Vaughn in the season, so there was just an interim coach.
So let's just say 4. Now gonna be 5, right? In 5 years. Yeah, this is a bad situation. No one's gonna make it better. Unlike I would say a generational type coach like a Thibodeau. When you have Thibodeau go to New York, he changed the culture in 1 season. You're not gonna have that until you get with any new coach, right? So I think you need a seasoned veteran as a coach. You need to pay him, and then he can change the culture. You got to give him 2 seasons, though. You can't just fire him after 1 season.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they shouldn't have fired Jack Vaughn. We already went over that in a previous podcast when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't have fired him. I think that was a stupid move. But
Yep.
I honestly don't know much about this Jordy kid. Maybe he has a lot of potential that, maybe he learned a lot under Mike Brown and a lot under other great coaches, but they do have to give him time, and they have to give him a winnable roster first and foremost. And the fact that they have come out and said that they want to keep Ben Simmons and they still believe in him shows me that they aren't really caring about winning at this point in time. And I think they will be patient with him, and hopefully he'll be able to pay that off with some success.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We don't know yet in the future, but we'll see what happens. Congratulations to him, though.
Yeah, for sure. Congratulations on the opportunity, and hopefully you prove him right.
That's right.
But Grayson Allen did agree to a 4-year, $70 million contract extension that will include a player option in the last year. So what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, congratulations to him. He deserves it. He's been playing amazing for the Suns. He's really their, I would say, fourth or fifth option on the team. I would say maybe even third if you want to. But congratulations to him. Well deserved. Great player in the NBA. Great role player. Keep it coming, Grayson, and hopefully he can have a lot of success down the road.
Yeah, for sure. I think this was the right move for the Suns. He is a key piece to that team. Obviously, they didn't get the seeding they wanted this year, but that's mostly due to injuries.
Mhm.
And the reason they did get sixth when they shouldn't have even been sixth is because of Grayson Allen. He stepped up when Bradley Beal sat, when Devin Booker sat, when Kevin
Yep.
Durant sat. He's been a key cog for them in the entire season. And I think this was a great move by them to extend him. And I expect him to continue to play very well.
100%.
What do you think, Nick?
Screw Ray.
Whoa.
Don't like Grayson Allen.
I don't care,
I mean,
bro. He's a good
I don't like him
player.
either, but like he's still good.
Congrats to him, but I hope you do great, but also terrible.
Okay. Let's go. You know,
No, we're gonna go to a. What's up?
I was about to say, let's go to another terrible situation, apparently,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Jonte
Jonte
Porter,
Porter.
I don't know how much money he lost. I don't know if you got the details in front of you, but
He lost.
or
Or no,
or
he
how
made
much he gambled.
21,000.
How much did he gamble?
Oh, like 1.1 million, bro.
$1.1 million he gambled. He broke the NBA for gambling rules. Adam Silver did say it was a cardinal sin what he did,
Yeah, he's
and he
banned
had
for
the
life.
repercussions for it.
I think it's a little too serious of repercussions based off the other things they've let slide in the past, but he did deserve to get suspended. I just don't think it should have been for life.
All he had to do to make that money
It was play well.
hustle more, play more Miami Heat cultured basketball.
That's
No,
it.
he was betting his unders, bro. He was betting his unders.
That's what I'm saying. If he just played better, he could have gotten another contract and made more money.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true. Bro, he literally bet his unders and said, "Oh, my eye. I got to sit out." Like, bro, you really think you can get away with that in today's day and age? Someone's going to find out eventually.
And even then, it's like, how long do you think that's going to last for?
Right.
If you have a good career in the NBA, you can make generational wealth instead of getting a quick half, like not even half a grand or half a mil.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, he was an idiot for doing it. I just think it was a little too harsh of a punishment, in my opinion, just because, like I said, they've let a lot of things slide worse than this.
The thing is, how long would you say they should have been?
I mean, NFL, you get banned for a year. I think that's a pretty good rule.
What's going to stop them from doing it again?
I mean, it does in the NFL.
You're gonna get but the NFL, I think, is a little different
Why?
because it's more of a. I would say it's different because one player can start throwing their stats, and it won't affect the entire game. Slash, it's more unrecognizable because there are 22 people on the field.
Yeah, that's true.
And I also think in the NBA, every his money got extremely diminished because he has not shown his talents betting his unders.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty stupid. And he also bet on his team to lose one game. Like, bro, come on, that's terrible. And I think, honestly, minimum, it should have been, or maximum, it should have been 5 years, in my opinion, suspension.
I would disagree. We've seen worse for smoking weed.
So, what do you think it should have been?
Like 5 years, in all honesty.
Yeah, I mean, life is kind of crazy for gambling, but I think Silver did this to make a point. Like no one better do this ever again, because this is what will happen.
He made them the example. Like,
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. Here's why. Imagine if it was John Morant.
but it has
Imagine
been.
if it was Jalen Brunson.
But
Imagine if
it
it was
has.
Joel Embiid.
But I think Silver would have been a little more lenient on the punishment if that was the
You
case.
don't say. You don't, because it's the money. Who
Yeah,
was this guy before this allegation? Who was this guy before this happened? We
bro,
didn't hear about this kid.
I didn't even know that Michael Porter Jr. had a brother until this.
I can guarantee you one thing: that brother's gonna bet the under and over on Michael Porter Jr. We're gonna see exactly what happened. Right? But in full honesty, though, we wouldn't see this repercussion if it was a star player.
No.
So I can see your point of like why the severity of it. But then again, he is trying to make a point. It's a nobody. We're not losing too much money. Let's make a point.
Yeah, and I think it's going to make other people think twice about if they ever thought about it. They're going to think
Right.
twice about it.
Right.
So it sucks for Jonte Porter, but he did it to himself. Let's be honest.
100%.
But going to a better situation, sad situation. Blake Griffin, as Gio said in the intro, one of the best in-game dunkers to ever do it, did announce his retirement. So I just want to say congratulations on a great career, and thank you for all the memories that you gave us.
congrats. It's good to see him go. He wasn't really getting much time anymore.
Yeah.
It was a great time, but still one of the most entertaining players to watch back in the day.
For sure. I think he should have retired like 5 years ago, if I'm being honest. Like before instead of going to the Nets, he should have just been like, all right, I'm done.
Yep.
But what do you think, Gio?
Sad. He was one of my favorite players to watch as a kid. That Lob City team was my favorite. I wanted them to win the championship. I'm not gonna lie. It was the Cavs, right? Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen at that time. But I needed to pick a successful team that had a chance, and that was the Los Angeles Clippers with JJ Redick, with Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, Jamal Crawford. I mean, that team was stacked, and they couldn't.
They never had a chance because of the other LA neighbor that was over there.
Okay. Who cares? Okay. I mean, yeah, but they also blew a couple 3-1 leads. But anyways.
Yeah, they did. That's on Doc, but yeah.
Anyways, the dunks. Timothy Mozgov, throw down, right? Jumping over a Kia in the dunk contest.
Yeah.
All the amazing commercials he had with Jordan. As a kid, you would look at those commercials and say, like, honestly, I wanted those shoes just because of Blake Griffin. Like, look at the Marvin the Martian one? When they go on the court, he jumps. I mean, that one was crazy. Blake Griffin, one of the funniest guys in the NBA.
Yeah, 100%.
Laughed every single game. He did something funny. Blake Griffin was that guy. I mean, it's going to be sad not seeing Blake Griffin anymore because it is an end of an era of those types of players. But I'm glad we got to watch him. Glad we got to win his greatness. And like you said, like I said, like everybody knows, if he's not the greatest game dunker, he is one of the best. And he's not 3, 4, or 5. He's number 2 at that.
Right.
So
100%.
Who are you telling me he's number 2?
I think he's like 4, 5.
As of right now, Vince Carter.
Yeah.
2 for me is him, right?
I could
Is
put
Blake.
him up there. I'm not going to lie.
Anthony Edwards is.
I have him at 4.
4? Nah, he top 3.
Yeah. What are you talking about? He's top 3.
Who has the hops like him outside of John Morant?
Give me 1 second. I mean, you got Russ in there, who was insane. I'm blanking on his name.
I think you gotta throw JT in there too, though. Jason Tatum.
You think so?
A young JT was yamming on people.
I mean, he did yam on LeBron.
Yeah.
Now he's just, I don't know. He went away from it.
Now his game's more developed, or he's not.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to put Dominique in there. You have to put Tracy McGrady. If you're putting those guys in there, you have to put Tracy McGrady in there. In-game dunker, one of the best to do it.
I just didn't watch a lot of T-Mac. So
Yeah, not me either. I'm going to be honest with you.
I mean, you also have Zach LaVine in there.
Yeah, 100%.
If you guys want to put a sleeper in there, might as well put in some J.R. Smith. If y'all didn't watch J.R. Smith back in the day, go ahead and put in some Nuggets J.R. Smith in there.
You know who else is a sleeper, bro? Iman Shumpert.
Iman Shumpert, Gerald Green.
Oh, yeah, Gerald Green, bro. I forgot about him.
Derrick Jones Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
I mean, yeah, he got bunnies, bro.
He's got bunnies, but nope. Ain't respect that dude.
Mr.
Okay, we all forgot Aaron Gordon, bro.
No, I didn't forget about. I think he's the greatest performer. He's not in-game dunker. He's not the greatest in-game dunker.
Bro, he throws down windmills, 360s. What are you talking about?
If you're looking for like a specialist type of dunker, like you're not gonna be like, wow, he's got hops. Don't get me wrong, but he's not doing anything insane in game.
I've seen him do 360s and windmills in game that are crazy, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it's not like jumping over 7-footers like Anthony Edwards.
I think Russ got to be up there too, though, for sure.
Yeah, I said Russ.
Yeah, I think Russ might be top 5.
Nate Robinson,
Russ is
Prime
top 5,
D Rose.
Oh yeah, Prime D Rose and Nate Robinson. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but yeah, keep going about what you were saying, Gio.
I was just saying he's number 2 in my list before this whole list got out of control because Nick said doubted that, he's number 4, and I was just trying to give him my top 5 real quick. And y'all were saying these crazy players like Jason Tatum over Gerald Green, over Prime J.R. Smith, over Nate Robinson. I mean, come on, man. We just had to go through a little bit of history, NBA history real quick before we put Jason Tatum up on that list because he's not even a champion yet. So.
Not that he's played.
Oh, he is a dunk contest champion, sir. He is a dunk contest champion, okay? He is a champion at that.
So DJJ also above Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine.
No.
No, DJJ is just a robber. That's what he is.
He won that fair and square. He clearly won that.
He robbed it. He robbed.
He's like,
clearly won that.
He robbed.
He's like, hey D, come close. Oh, give me the trophy. Give me the trophy.
Yeah.
That's what he was like in that dunk contest. And he did it.
D-Wade with the right call.
He came through. D-Wade came through.
D-Wade is the worst dunk contest coach or judge in history.
Yeah.
I think he was the best one there. I ain't even gonna lie.
No. Dominique is the best dunk contest judge, but that's because he's there every year. So
yeah, the amount of times I saw like Griffin baptize somebody in game was just insane. It's gonna be sad not to watch that. But obviously, like I said, congratulations on a great career, and wish you the best of luck in the rest of your life.
Thanks.
But moving on to college. Obviously, we did touch on how Kentucky lost John Calipari to Arkansas.
Yeah.
They did make the replacement hire. They hired, as Gio said in the intro, a former Kentucky player in Mark Pope, who was a former BYU coach. And we saw BYU, what they did in the tournament this year. So what's your guys' thoughts on that hire for Kentucky?
Interesting, I would say.
But you don't think he's a good coach?
I I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I'm not saying he's a good coach. I would say he's more unproven, even with BYU's success. I just think that conference is a lot more lackluster. To where I don't know if he's doing the same thing against Kentucky's opponents, especially with half their team entering the transfer portal.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I expected them to make a big hire, I didn't expect Dan Hurley to leave, but like a Dan Hurley type of hire. I expected that type of hire. And when I saw they hired Mark Pope, I was like, that's interesting. Like, I mean, he is a good coach, don't get me wrong, but I agree. Kentucky is going to be in the bottom of the barrel of the SEC for a long time coming.
Thanks. Gio, what you thinking, sir?
Congratulations. You got yourself a great coach.
But they have no roster, so like it doesn't matter how good of a coach you are.
I was about to say that. Half the team left, so it's like they would have stayed. Guess who they would have stayed for though?
Calipari.
No. Yes, but no. He's left. He left. Rajon Rondo.
Rajon's the
Rondo.
NBA. He's going to the NBA, man. He should be an NBA coach, not college.
You have Rondo as the Kentucky coach?
You getting all the point guard recruits too.
You are getting everybody.
I think Kentucky just doesn't want to go outside of their ways, so they went to a former player.
I know when Kentucky, didn't
Yeah.
Yeah, but like they wanted to stay in the college ranks. I feel like who was already.
But he was a former
coach
player.
there.
Rondo played at Kentucky.
I'm saying who was already coaching in college though. They don't want to go outside of go do their research. I feel like they don't want to do that.
You don't have to. He's Rajon Rondo. You already know who he is.
His name already is at the recruit.
That's it. He's going to keep and get all the recruits he wants. Why not get him? You're telling me right now this guy's going to get more recruits than Rajon Rondo?
No, I don't think Kentucky would have got recruits either way.
No, I think this is a little stretch, okay? Rondo would have got recruits.
I don't think so, bro. Like, if I'm a player and I see the state Kentucky is in, I'm not going, no matter who the coach is.
Look at Penny Hardaway. Not a great coach. Gets all the recruits.
Yeah, point guards, because he was a guard.
Because he's Penny Hardaway. It's namesake. Look at Rondo. He's a great coach. He's got a better basketball mind. He's got a better basketball mind than Penny Hardaway does. And he's getting.
We don't know that. He's never coached. Like, we all assume he'll be a great coach because, like, obviously the mindset he has and like the IQ he has, but and I think that's what scared Kentucky.
He is unproven. Would you sign LeBron James right then and there if he said, "I want to be a coach"?
Yeah, most likely.
I'm not signing LeBron as to be my coach.
Yeah, because you don't like LeBron, I know.
No, it's because he's gonna try to make me recruit. What's that kid name? Bryce James.
No, yeah. But after all, I'm just saying when his kids are all in the league, when Jerry's doing her thing too, when you got LeBron James as your head coach, would you not get him? It's the same thing. Rajon Rondo is on that level of basketball minded, intelligence as LeBron James.
Honestly, I think Kentucky's in a rebuild phase right now, so that's why they didn't go after it.
What are they? The NBA all of a sudden? Oh wait, yeah, they are. They're pretty much a gateway to the NBA.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bro.
Wait, no, they lost that because Coach Cal. That's Coach Cal. That's his guarantee. You stay with me 1 year, and I'll get you guys set.
I don't look at Reed Shepherd. He's not even that great, but he went pro because he went to Kentucky.
Look at, and you won from that Memphis team. I mean, that Memphis team was insane when Calipari was there with D-Rose.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it is what it is. I just don't see Kentucky making any noise anytime soon.
No, they're not.
But it was a good hire. It's just I think they could have gotten someone better, personally.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
What'd you say, Saya?
Rajon Rondo.
But any other things you guys want to touch on?
Yeah, I was thinking about this today. Like, what's the word second half? You know?
Are you
What are you
talking about
on,
that?
bro?
Could happen on this podcast on our 100th episode?
Yeah, what are you on, bro? What?
You know, sometimes you just gotta like go with the flow. Just gotta be great. And yeah.
Yeah, that's a great end to the podcast. There's Nick Sayas segment. Just be great.
You gotta be more like Dwayne Wade sometimes, you know.
The sneakerhead. What's going on in the sneaker world?
The sneakerhead. Yeah, I got something real spunky for you guys. We have the original. I guess you could go with the Jordan 4s, right? Coming out, great sneaker. The utility blue, amazing, right? I'm going with a little something more spunkier than that. You got the original Cortezes coming out, the red, white, and blue. Yes, the ones that we saw in Back to the Future. Coming back out Wednesday, May 8th. All sizes available. I mean, I love this sneaker. It's just a classic, right? It's the Nike Cortez. It's the shoe that pretty much started it all, right? Well, other than the running shoes, but really the Nike Cortezes were the ones that transformed Nike into who they were, right? They went from Blue Ribbon with the Tiger Shoe Company back in 71, I believe 72, right? I think it was 71. Then those two guys split apart because of the dispute between who's selling which sneaker, and Nike was trying to do their own thing. The judge said, hey, you're clean. You're fine to do whatever you want. They split away. Blue Ribbon turned into Nike, and here we go. We got the Nike Cortezes. And we all know who won that dispute. We all know who Nike is, right? And only the few of us know who Tiger Shoe Company is. But Nike reigns supreme because of this sneaker. And so I just can't wait to get it back again May 8th.
Yes, sir. Definitely have to check that out.
You got any
video game
spunkiness
world?
going on in the video game world?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, there's some spunk all over, man, all over. But not, you know, it's been a little quiet in video game world, so I'm just gonna go to something that dropped on your phone. You know, Call of Duty Warzone Mobile did release on March 21st. So if you're in school or in class, you know, wherever, where you're just bored and you want to play Call of Duty, just download it for your phone and you can play
As
it right
long
then
as
and
you're
there.
not in class. As long as you're not in class.
Nah, you can do it in class if you get away with it.
No, you got to go education first. Education first.
In between periods, that's when you can do it. In
That's
class,
right.
excuse
Yep.
me. But yeah, you know.
What's going on in the music world, man?
Yeah. What's going on
Any
with the show?
spunkiness?
Oh, there's a whole lot of spunk going on.
Oh, I hear it.
Drake's spunking.
Whoa.
J. Cole spunking.
What?
Kendrick spunking.
What?
We're all having this little beef and they're just spunking everywhere, you know?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That Drake song was hard.
That's good. I don't like record. Personally, I'm Team Kendrick. I just think he has more spunk. I also like J. Cole though, and I think J. Cole should spunk in Drake's mouth. Lyrically wise, I'm saying. I don't know where your head is at. Yeah. J. Cole's got like a whole little EP album thing. I think that's cool. Kendrick's on some features. That's cool. Drake's doing this thing. I don't really know what's happening over there. But
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for watching. And the 100th episode is now in the books.
thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed, drop a like. It is number 100. So show some appreciation to me. If you agree, let us know in the comments. And most importantly, make sure to GM.
Hey, guys, like Three Wise Men once said, stay spunky and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.